Good morning. This is Jacob Melton here in the Southern Michigan Weather Center with your forecast update for Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. Taking a look at the satellite and radar from yesterday evening, it was actually a relatively quiet day across the region, and we were lucky enough to see some sunshine even. And we may see a little bit more for the early parts of the day, but I do expect the clouds to return as a storm system grazes us by to the south. And then the Thanksgiving holiday is looking quiet as of right now, but beginning Thanksgiving night and especially into the holiday weekend, the lake effect snow will make its presence known, which we will be discussing in this forecast update. Taking a look now at our futurecast model, some of the green you are seeing as we are at 7 o'clock this morning, some of the light green you're seeing down towards the state line, I think the model is overdoing it a little bit. I do expect it to be mainly dry across the region this morning with probably mostly cloudy skies. Going throughout the day, it should be dry with the storm system that we've been previously watching for potential impacts passing by mostly to our south. Some areas, especially the further north you are, you might be seeing some breaks in the clouds. The closer you are to the state line, you'll stay more in the cloud cover. Going into tonight, again, the system will remain to our south as it transitions to snow. Now, I will say those of you that may be traveling south Thanksgiving morning out of state, just be aware of this system that may be causing some minor travel impacts. It does not look like a major system by any stretch, but just something to be aware of. And this model, as we go into Thanksgiving afternoon, does attempt to start off some lake effect snow showers. I do think this model is overdoing it a little bit, but that does not mean some of you might see a few snowflakes Thanksgiving afternoon. But the real lake effect activity I do not think starts up until Thanksgiving night, and especially into the day on Friday. Taking a look at the longer range futurecast model, again, Thanksgiving evening, there may be some isolated snow shower activity, but I'm not expecting anything too major out of that for Thanksgiving evening. But as we go into Friday, you can see the lake effect snow really begins to pick up across the region. And that will be the theme for much of the holiday weekend. Going into Saturday, while I do not think the lake effect snow will completely shut off, conditions won't be exactly favorable for it, so we'll see a little bit of a lull. I don't think it will completely shut off, but some lighter activity Saturday, but going into Sunday, it'll pick right back up as we have a series of short waves that might cause localized periods of heavier snow between Friday and all the way into early next week, as the pattern will remain favorable for potential lake effect snow probably until the middle of next week. So the snow will probably add up in those typical lake effect snow belt regions. We do have some initial snowfall projections that I am able to show you, and that will primarily be for later on Thanksgiving night heading all the way to Friday evening. And as you can see, typical of these lake effect snow setups, the heavier snow will in general be on the west side of the state. As you can even see in some of the darker blue regions, like near Grand Rapids for example, there could be some decent totals just on Friday. Now keep in mind, lake effect snow and where the band's exactly set up can be rather difficult to predict. So don't treat where exactly the heavier snow totals are right now as gospel, but just be aware the potential is there that if you do get under a heavier snow band on Friday, the totals could add up rather quickly. And also, again, this projection is only through Friday evening. We're in a favorable pattern for rounds of lake effect snow all the way through early next week. So probably some fairly decent totals, especially on the west side of the state, by the time we close this out, probably the middle of next week based on current trends. So, and with it being the holiday weekend, this could This quite likely could cause some travel issues for those of you that might be driving back from your holiday plans. So just something that we want you to be aware of, and be careful as you're traveling back this weekend. Taking a look now at the next 7 days. Again, today we expect to be mainly dry with high temperatures probably ending up in the lower 40s for most of us. Tonight we'll be dropping back down into the upper 20s to around 30. For Thanksgiving Day, we expect it to be dry for the most part, although a few snowflakes may be out and about Thanksgiving afternoon and the Thanksgiving evening, but we don't really expect the lake effect snow to begin to ramp up until later Thanksgiving night, heading into the day on Friday. And we have highlighted the holiday weekend in the gold color that you can see here, and we're doing that as this is a busy holiday travel time, and especially in the lake effect snowbelt zones, the snow could add up, which could easily cause some travel disruptions. We want you to be aware of that, so we have highlighted those days. Again, on Saturday, I don't expect the lake effect snow to completely shut down, but we will be in a lull. But it'll start right back up on Sunday, and we'll have potential for lake effect snow again in the early next week. And beginning, especially after the holiday, temperatures will really drop off, with below freezing temperatures likely starting on Friday, heading into early next week. So just, again, be aware this weekend as you're traveling back, and be aware of some slowdowns, and just take it easy out there. This is Jacob Melton here in the Southern Michigan Weather Center, wishing you a great Wednesday.